This is gonna pull on that. Edge, slow dudes.
Yeah, definitely not seeing any real. Just laying there, sleeping underneath the car.
Yep. So the AutoZone didn't have the part we needed. This is actually what DI was talking about. But we're literally getting rained on. It's the next day after the accident, and I feel pretty much okay. I mean, my adrenaline has worn down a bit. So what we're working on now is Edge is gonna come over and we're gonna go to the Junkyard and we're gonna pick up a charcoal canister for AA, one of our subscribers. And we're also gonna probably get a new bumper if it's in decent condition, and a new radiator hose. From the damages I've assessed, that seems to be the only damages. The car basically, the crash bar wheel well got shoved into the engine, and I'll show you that in a little bit. So it hit the pulley, and you can see like threads on the pulley have been, not threads, the top of the bolt has like some shaped material, but I don't think it. So what I was talking about earlier this morning is, you see how the hood stays up? It's because it's actually getting sandwiched against this piece. You notice that this has shifted over. The easiest way to kind of tell is when I close, you can really see it there. So it's like that line, which is about 1/8 of an inch or whatever. I don't know. So you see that white line? That's how much it has actually shifted over. And my major concern is, I don't have a good way to show you, but where my finger is, there's a dent in the metal from when this piece smashed against the engine. But Edge feels like it should be fine, you know. Like stayed there long, it like hit and then came back. There's a nick on the AC line too. I'll show you all that so you can kind of get an idea of what I'm talking about. But it basically has now shifted over about 1/8 of an inch. So at some point, we're gonna try to get a come along and some ratchet straps and ratchet that back out. But at this time, we are just gonna try to replace the bumper and the radiator hose so we can get back up and running. Today, like these last few days are supposed to be like amazing, really good days, because, you know, and there's a dent here on the radiator, or the coolant line, AC condenser line. But it's not a hole, so then it wasn't hard enough, I guess, to do any damage there. But like our mounting points are broken on the headlight and everything, and you can kind of see this leaking here. That's from the lower radiator hose. So what we're gonna do now is just jack the car up and remove this hose. And we just changed the coolant, but you know, it is what it is. It's good. Okay. No, that's not good. Okay, that's good. Okay, so Ed just showed up and we're gonna inspect the radiator and stuff to make sure that it's not damaged. And then we're gonna actually get a new hose. He's convinced me not to buy one at the junkyard. All right, so all of our fresh coolant we just had. So we're hopeful that it's just the radiator hose. The radiator itself doesn't look damaged. So if you see here, there's some swelling and stress cracks, but it really shouldn't be enough to make it leak. So that's what we're concerned about. I'm gonna try this retro vibes. All right, we made it to the yard. This Yaris here should have the charcoal canister we need. You get these lights. It's missing the part we want. They're probably, yeah. It is this side that we need actually. Okay, cool. So we got this side, and then we'll get the charcoal canister, and then we're not gonna get the bumper. Okay, so here's the charcoal canister. We have these hoses here, so it has this electronic clip, and then this one you have to push forward and then pull out, and then this has this green clip where it's kind of got two spots. So you have this green thing, you push it in and then pull it out, and then that's connected there. You also have, this is the evap line. So we're gonna have to remove this, and then it's just mounted with these 4 bolts. 1, 2, 3 bolts, I guess.
This is a man hard at work.
We got your part A.
We got the part. We got the part.
We got it, bro. This is yours. The hoses that we saw were pretty bad, so we're still going to AutoZone. So we're here on Nellis at the like warehouse AutoZone. Edge let us use his membership, and DY at the home was talking about this stuff. I think $5.79 a pound. It's pretty good. Cheaper than ground beef, actually. Pretty sure I showed these before, but like every Albertsons has them now. They're like always sold out of everything. This one actually has some booster packs. It's got that one, which I think is from the new set. We got the new hose on. We're just gonna get these clamps together and just like making new brackets for the bumper. So far, so good, but we're not sure yet. We're gonna keep adding some distilled water in there and see if we can fill the system up, but it's not dripping
Like it was at all.
Yeah. We got this garlic spread here. So we're gonna see if it's gonna drip still, and then in the meantime try to get the bumper back on. We were able to get one in, but the other plastic piece on the other side broke off, so we're probably gonna try to just JB weld these two pieces together, or if we can get a bolt to get it like through and then hold it in place. If we can do that though, this bumper is gonna probably stay on. Rain for a total of like 3 seconds, I don't know, like a few minutes, but we're gonna try to get this fixed. I don't know why, but this phone does not shut off while we're... Anyway, so we're seeing if the leakage is happening still. Started up just fine. You figure if like the timing was like hit, if it hit the timing cover like I was thinking, that it wouldn't be starting so easily, like it fired right up.
Yeah. No, like I said, I think we're okay, dude. I'm not seeing any water.
Okay. This rat's nest, or yakisobe, is connecting all of the things together, but we're missing a piece. We are missing the USB-B, which we had been missing before, and then I thought I found it, but now I'm not finding it anymore. Drove it for a little bit, and it's still not leaking as of right now, so it's a good sign. Really lucky. We went to like a few different stores, and this is the parking lot we got hit in. And when we went in there to check originally, it said that they were sold out, but on our way out, it said that there were packs available. So we picked up a pack to open for Poké Circuit tonight, because today is the first day for the Poké Circuit stream. So we're gonna open this on stream before we start the stream. About to head to a parking lot to try to straighten out the DD, our 2007 Toyota Yaris. And yeah, we're gonna use a winch and hooked up to a Jeep and see if it works. Before we do anything else though, let's get the new subscribers on the Yaris. And we're actually gonna put them in a special location. To the arcade. So we're gonna try to use the winch here to hook onto this bar and then try to pull it out. So we've wrapped this strap around it, and now we're gonna hook the winch onto the strap.
Ready?
Yeah, I think so.
Watch the...
I don't know what I'm watching for. I guess the hood is
You want to bring your hood down to where you can see that.
Yeah.
You can tell me when to stop.
Okay, so the idea is that we're gonna try to clear this section back to where it was. So yeah, we're ready. I think it's moving the whole car.
Nothing?
No, it's not moving this at all. Yeah.
I think it's rolling forward.
What if we hooked onto this point?
It damages your metal.
Okay, so we changed the angle a little bit, and now we're trying again.
Okay.
Yep.
I need to put my parking brake on.
I hear it flexing this side now. kind of hard to tell, right?
It's further away.
Is it?
Yeah. It's like an 1/8 of an inch further away because this was right up against this. That plastic was right there, and that's opened up.
Yeah.
Not much, just a little bit. What about the gap over there?
The gap seems the same.
Oh, hey. Look at this.
Yeah.
That wasn't like that before. This right here actually needs to be bent.
Okay, so maybe we should stop.
Yeah. This right here is actually moved over. So you have to pull these over, which are just the...
We could just replace those, and then they'll be...
Or just bend them. They just need to be adjusted. So you take this off and then pull it over. Or just loosen it.
But the hood would, yeah, because we have to pull it with the hood.
Yeah. So it moved over. It's definitely moved over. Just gonna have to reset.
Wait, is it too far over now?
No.
Are you sure? Because, like, this hood is going to be, like, this should be...
have about an inch gap all the way down because the inch was over too far on that side.
Well, it wasn't an inch. It was like a quarter.
Oh, it's a little bit less now. Look at the video on it.
Because, yeah, I think it's too much now. Like, a lot too much. Because this bracket should be coming down to here. So we can tell now that there's a gap here, which means the hood, or at least the mounting points on the hood, are just warped. But the bracket for the headlight, which is about, you know, that much on my finger, would be the distance between these 2 points, which is about the same now. So when I get my new headlights in, it should actually just line up. If not, there might be just a small gap. See if it drives any different. So I think that was successful. Everything looks really good. It's actually much straighter now. The radiator has popped back into place. It's not at an angle anymore. These gaps are the same. So hell yeah. Thanks, Mark. Afro Samurai. You spent so much time chasing justice, you forgot to